What if the coin sitting quietly in your drawer is actually worth hundreds, maybe even thousands of dollars? These rare, no Mintmark UK 10-pence coins linked to Queen Elizabeth aren't just old currency, they're hidden treasures collectors are racing to find. First up, the 1970 UK Big New 10-pence coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II, an iconic piece that collectors worldwide are desperate to get their hands on. And yes, this is the version with no Mintmark, making it even rarer, even more historic, and absolutely packed with hidden value. Now, let's rewind the clock to 1970. The United Kingdom was preparing for a complete decimalization of its currency system, switching from pounds, shillings, and pence to the modern decimal format we know today. The 10p coin was one of the earliest decimal coins introduced. But what made the 1970 version so unique was its design, its material, and the sheer rarity of its mintage. This wasn't just a coin, it was a symbol of transition. The Royal Mint released a special collector's edition of the 10p coin in 1970. These coins were not made for everyday circulation. Instead, they were struck as part of proof sets, made with high precision, polished dies, and placed into sealed presentation packs. They were minted in limited numbers and sent only to serious collectors and VIPs. What sets this coin apart? First, the size. This was the big 10p, much larger than the one you see today. It was made from cupronickel and featured the crowned lion reverse designed by Christopher Ironside. On the obverse, a stunning portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Arnold Machin, with no Mintmark. That absence adds a layer of mystery and collectible intrigue, because most coins carry some sort of marking to denote their place of minting. This one? Nothing. A ghost in the system. But here's the real kicker. The 1970 Big 10p with no Mintmark is considered one of the rarest decimal coins from that era. Collectors chase it not just for its beauty, but for its symbolism. It was the final official issue before full decimalization in 1971, making it a historical turning point in British numismatics. And here's why you should care. This coin has fetched jaw-dropping prices in collector circles. Some well-preserved specimens, especially those in sealed proof condition, have been valued at $8,000, $10,200, and in some rare private auctions, even $20,000 or more. Yes, that's right. A single coin that could be sitting forgotten in an old drawer or tucked in a vintage proof set could be worth thousands of dollars today. You might be wondering, why would someone pay that much? Simple. Rarity. History. There are very few surviving examples in pristine condition. And among those, even fewer have retained their full luster and detail over 5 decades. Add to that the no Mintmark anomaly, and you've got a numismatic gem that screams value. If you've inherited an old coin collection, or perhaps found a 1970 set in an antique shop, do not ignore that 10p coin. Examine it carefully. If it's the big version, 1970, no Mintmark, and still shiny with no damage, you could be holding onto a piece of history that's worth a mini fortune. Serious coin dealers are actively hunting for these pieces. And guess what? They don't just want one, they want the best example available. That means if your coin has full detail, no scratches, and ideally is still sealed in its original packaging, you could be looking at top-dollar offers on platforms like eBay, heritage auctions, and even private collector networks. And here's where the motivation comes in. This isn't just about coins, it's about legacy. Owning a piece of 1970 Britain is like owning a frozen moment in time. It's proof that small things can hold enormous meaning and, yes, enormous value. So, take a look through your old boxes, ask your grandparents, visit those hidden corners of antique markets. Because if you find the 1970 Big 10-pence coin, Queen Elizabeth II, no Mintmark, you might just have a treasure in your hands. And don't forget, the rarest finds aren't always gold or silver. Sometimes, they're the forgotten 10-pence pieces from a different era. There are few coins with such historical, aesthetic, and financial weight. This one checks all the boxes. It's not just a collector's coin. It's a conversation starter, a royal relic, and potentially your ticket to a $22,000 payday. So go on, check your collections, and who knows? That ordinary-looking coin could turn out to be the extraordinary jackpot you never expected. Next up, The 1973 UK big new 10 pence coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II, with no mint mark. It may look modest, but don't be fooled. This coin carries a legacy, a secret, and potentially a surprising value in today's collector market. Let's take a trip back in time to the year 1973. The United Kingdom was in the early years of its newly adopted decimal system, introduced just 2 years prior in 1971. People were still adjusting to the transition from old pennies and shillings to the cleaner, modern denominations. Among the coins released in this era, the large 10p coin stood tall, literally. It was physically bigger, heavier, and crafted with a distinctive shine that set it apart from its successors. The 1973 edition holds a unique place in coinage history. It wasn't just another decimal coin. This particular year marked a period of stabilization for the Royal Mint's production. Coins struck during this time were made in vast quantities, but only a fraction were preserved in mint condition. Among these, the ones without any mint mark have gained special attention, because they lack the markings that usually indicate their mint of origin. That gives them an aura of mystery and uniqueness collectors absolutely love. But what's the story behind the no mint mark status? These coins were produced solely by the Royal Mint in Llantrisant, South Wales. However, unlike coins from other regions or countries, British coins of this era typically didn't carry a mint mark, which today enhances their mystique. Over time, as coin designs changed and sizes were reduced in 1992, these big-format 10p coins became rarer and more sought after, especially in pristine condition. And the 1973 version? It's a hidden gem. Many of these coins were used in circulation and wore down over the years. But those that survived in near-perfect or uncirculated condition, especially sealed in original proof sets, are becoming increasingly rare and more valuable every year. The obverse of this coin features the iconic second portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Arnold Machin, while the reverse showcases the crowned lion, a strong, regal symbol of British heritage. The artistry, the historical context, and the physical heft of this coin combine to make it a collector's dream. So, what about its value? Right now, a circulated 1973 big 10p might fetch $1,000 to $4,000 depending on condition. But here's where things get exciting. In uncirculated or proof condition, that same coin has been sold for as high as $2,500 to $4,500, and some even higher when presented in pristine sets or with original packaging. And this is just the beginning. Experts predict that coins from the pre-1992 Big 10p era, especially early ones like the 1973 issue, are set to surge in value over the next decade. As time passes, fewer of these coins will remain in top-grade condition, and demand from collectors, especially international ones, will only rise. We're talking potential future values reaching $7,000, $10,000, even $10,500 or more if the coin is in flawless proof condition or part of a rare set. So yes, the 1973 Queen Elizabeth II Big 10 pence with no mint mark is absolutely worth holding onto. It represents a moment of British history, carries an elegant design, and possesses all the ingredients needed to become a top-tier collectible in years to come. If you already own this coin, don't underestimate it. Keep it safe. Consider sealing it in a protective capsule or even getting it professionally graded. Because coins with high grades, especially those scoring MS65 or higher, can demand a significant premium at auctions and among private collectors. And if you don't have this coin yet, now is the perfect time to start looking. Check coin shows, estate sales, online auctions, or ask family members if they've got any old decimal coin sets lying around. You'd be surprised where treasures can be found. Remember, the value of a coin is more than just metal. It's history, rarity, and the thrill of the hunt. The 1973 Big 10 pence coin is proof that even a small coin can hold giant potential. Imagine telling someone you turned a forgotten 10p coin into $10,000 cash, and it's not just a fantasy. It's a very real possibility if the coin is in top condition and demand keeps rising, as all signs suggest it will. So get out there and start your search. These coins are not just a piece of the past, they're an investment in the future. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting your journey, the 1973 big new 10-pence coin could be your first step toward numismatic success. Keep collecting, keep dreaming, and remember, the next coin in your hand could be the one that changes everything. Stay curious, stay sharp, and stay tuned for more rare coin secrets. Because this is just the beginning. Next up, the 1974 UK big new 10-pence coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II, with no mintmark. Yes, this is one of the most underrated yet valuable hidden gems in British numismatic history. If you have this coin or are searching for one, you're about to discover why it's becoming one of the most desired coins in the UK decimal era. Let's set the stage. The year is 1974. The United Kingdom is still adapting to the newly implemented decimal system introduced in 1971. It was a time of great change in British currency and daily life. Among the new decimal denominations introduced was the larger version of the 10p coin, known today as the Big 10p. This coin was significantly larger than what we use now and was made of cupronickel, giving it a brilliant silver-like shine. But this particular 1974 version, without a mint mark, has stirred intense excitement among collectors for years. Why is this coin gaining so much attention now? First, we must understand its limited recognition. Although millions were produced in circulation, only a tiny fraction remain in mint or near mint condition, and even fewer have been preserved in sealed proof sets. What makes it even more desirable is the absence of a mint mark. While most UK coins at the time didn't include mint marks, the interest in no mint mark coins has grown dramatically in collector circles because they represent the standard struck editions, unaltered, original, and deeply connected to the Royal Mint's primary production. The 1974 10p features the second effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, a beautiful and regal portrait by Arnold Machin. On the reverse, the majestic crowned lion designed by Christopher Ironside symbolizes the strength of the monarchy and the enduring legacy of the UK's coinage. Holding one of these coins feels like holding a piece of Britain's modern royal and monetary history, heavy in the hand and rich in symbolism. But now comes the burning question: how valuable is it really? Right now, a circulated 1974 Big 10p coin can be found for anywhere from $1,500 to $4,000, depending on the level of wear. However, the real magic happens when the coin is in uncirculated or proof condition. These untouched, flawless coins can fetch $2,500 to $6,000 or more from serious collectors, especially those in sealed Royal Mint packaging. And the market is heating up. What many people don't realize is that this coin is in demand globally. Collectors from the UK, Canada, the US, and even parts of Asia are searching for the 1974 no mint mark Big 10p to complete their early decimal sets. Auction platforms like eBay, Heritage Auctions, and private numismatic exchanges have recorded a sharp rise in search requests and bidding activity around this specific year. Some listings have even attracted over 200 watchers, and bids have climbed rapidly for top condition examples. So why are so many people wanting to buy it? It's not just rarity, it's also timing. As the generation who experienced decimalization begins passing down their collections, the nostalgia and historical significance attached to coins from this era are increasing. Young collectors want a piece of the past. Museums, educators, and royal memorabilia enthusiasts are hunting for coins that represent Queen Elizabeth's long reign, and this 1974 coin is one of the best examples from the early decimal chapter. And if you're asking whether its value is high or low, the answer is clear. This coin's value is underrated right now, which makes it the perfect time to invest. As supply of uncirculated examples continues to shrink, its price is set to skyrocket. Experts predict that within the next few years, high-grade examples could sell for $10,000 or more, especially if professionally graded and authenticated. But remember, condition is key. If you own a 1974 10p in brilliant uncirculated condition or in a proof set, keep it safe, sealed, and protected from humidity and air exposure. If not, now is the time to go looking for one. Whether you check coin dealers, family collections, or auction sites, finding this coin could be your next big score. This isn't just a coin. It's a silent witness to the UK's transformation. It represents the elegance of Queen Elizabeth II's reign, the artistic brilliance of British coin designers, and the bold step into the decimal age. Holding one in your hand is like gripping a story, and stories like this only get more valuable with time. So, if you've got this coin, you're holding a piece of the future's treasure. If you're hunting for it, don't stop. And if you're thinking of selling, know this: the smart move is to wait. As more collectors and investors turn their eyes to coins with real historical weight, the 1974 Big 10p will only grow more desirable. Next up, the 1975 UK Big New 10 pence coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II, struck without a mint mark. If you've ever wondered whether an old coin tucked away in a drawer could be worth a fortune, this is the moment you've been waiting for. Let's rewind to 1975. The United Kingdom was in the middle of adjusting to its decimal currency system, just a few years into the new era that began in 1971. During this time, the Royal Mint was producing some of the finest and most iconic decimal coins in British history. One of them was the larger-sized 10 pence coin, solid, silver-toned, and heavy in the hand. This was no ordinary coin. This was Britain's bold declaration of a modern money system. The 1975 edition of the 10p coin holds a special place in the timeline. Still produced in the larger size, it carries all the visual strength of British identity. On one side, the crowned lion, majestic, proud, and sharp in its engraving. On the other, the beautiful second portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Arnold Machin. It's this portrait, combined with the size and metallic composition, that makes the coin instantly recognizable and highly collectible. What makes this coin even more attractive is that it carries no mint mark. Now you might ask, what's so important about that? Coins without mint marks are considered pure strikes, minted only by the Royal Mint in South Wales. No extra marks, no symbols to indicate any secondary production facility. That gives them a clean identity and increases desirability among serious collectors. But how rare is the 1975 Big 10 pence coin? While many were minted, very few were preserved in top condition. Most were used in everyday transactions, tossed into pockets, worn down by time. But those that survived, especially in uncirculated or proof condition, are becoming harder and harder to find. That scarcity is pushing their value higher each year. And as more collectors enter the market, demand is only growing. Let's talk money. A circulated 1975 10p may be worth $1,000 to $4,000, depending on where. But here's where things get truly exciting. Uncirculated examples, especially those that have been professionally graded or are still in their original Royal Mint presentation sets, can sell for $3,000, $5,000, and in rare cases even as much as $10,200 when sold to international collectors. That's right, over $1,000 for a coin you could be holding right now. Now you're probably wondering, where can you buy this coin or sell it for that kind of money? The best places to search include reputable numismatic auction sites such as Heritage Auctions, eBay with verified sellers, vCoins, or trusted local coin dealers. For selling, these same platforms are your go-to. But remember, condition is everything. If your coin is flawless, sealed, and shiny, you can command top dollar. If it's scratched or worn, it's still valuable, just slightly lower on the scale. And here comes the golden question: should you keep this coin or sell it now? The answer is this: if your coin is in great condition, keep it sealed. Its value is expected to rise over the next 5 to 10 years. Because this generation of coins marks the end of the large format 10p series, which was discontinued in 1992. That transition makes early decimal coins especially appealing to collectors who want a full historical set. Sealing your coin in a protective case, capsule, or even having it professionally graded by companies like NGC or PCGS can double or even triple its value in the collector's market. Certified coins with high grades, such as MS65 or higher, often get premium offers from elite buyers. So if your coin isn't sealed yet, make it your top priority today. What adds even more emotional value to this coin is that it represents a stable time in Queen Elizabeth II's reign. It's more than just metal, it's a memory. The coin in your hand could be from the same year as a historical event, a family memory, or a major moment in Britain's journey through the 70s. That's what makes numismatics so powerful. They turn time into treasure. The 1975 Big 10p is gaining momentum globally. Coin collectors from the United States, Australia, Canada, and the Gulf are actively seeking this coin, especially those without mint marks in high-grade condition. Listings for them are among the most watched and most competitive. And as global demand rises, supply keeps shrinking. That means prices are going nowhere but up. So here's your motivation. If you already own this coin, you're sitting on a mini fortune. Hold on to it, protect it, and wait for its price to climb. If you don't own one yet, start looking. Check your family's old collections, visit estate sales, or browse through your local antique market. You never know what you might uncover. This is your chance to own a slice of royal history. A coin that speaks of pride, precision, and lasting value. It's not just a coin. It's a story. And that story could one day be worth more than $1,000. Keep hunting, stay curious, and never overlook what seems ordinary. Because sometimes, the smallest things hold the greatest worth.